Hi guys! This video is meant to help you create a file or a document in MLA format for any essays that you need to complete. You can watch this video and do it alongside it. Create a file alongside the files that I create. I'm going to create one both in Google Docs as well as in Microsoft Word because I know some people have a preference, one or the other. The first one I'm going to create is one in Google Docs. So I'm just going to open up Google Chrome by double clicking it on the desktop, and then I'm going to type in drive.google.com. Once this loads and everything pulls up, I have several folders here where I keep a lot of my work. You may not have that much work here already, and so you may not need to put it in a folder at all. You may just hit New. When you hit New, you're going to click on Google Docs, and then you're going to want to title your document. I always like to title my document with what it actually is. So this is going to be MLA sample paper. Okay. Now, you're going to put your name, in this case, I'll just type in your name, right? Then my name, the course name, so 10th Literature and Composition, Lit Comp also works for me. If you just want to do 10th Lit Comp, that doesn't matter. But there will be some English teachers that really want you to type that out. So I'll go ahead and do it for you here. And then the date. Today's date is 24th of July, 2017. Now, you're going to notice that this is all right now single space, and it's also not in the font that you want it to be in. So there are a couple ways you can change the font, and you can change the type, and you can change the spacing before you even begin. Or if you're like me, then you can go ahead and type all of this out and then go around and start changing things. So I'm going to go ahead and change it now. I'm going to go up to where it says Arial, and then I'm going to click on Times New Roman. MLA says that Times New Roman should be in 12-point font. And then I'm going to change the spacing so that it's a double space. So that it's double spaced. All of your work is going to be double spaced at this point and not single spaced like it is now. I'm going to do that by clicking on this little guy right here with the arrow and the sort of the work, I guess. And then I'm going to click on double. Bam, now that's done. Alrighty. After I do that, I'm going to go over here. You want to always make sure to give your work a title. Ooh, except obviously write it correctly. Okay, and then you're going to want to do a left alignment and then hit the tab button on the left hand corner of the keyboard. And then you will begin typing. Alright, most papers are going to start like this. You're going to have an introduction paragraph. So this is my introduction paragraph. I will introduce the topics my essay will discuss here. Now, of course, you're not going to write all of these things because that would sound kind of silly when I were to read it and grade it, but this is just obviously as an example. Always remember that your thesis sentence is going to be the last sentence of your introduction. Then I hit enter here, and then I hit tab again. Then you will have your first body paragraph. The first sentence of your body paragraph should be your claim, or should be your topic sentence. Claim. This should be followed by evidence, and then analysis. After this paragraph is finished, please write a conclusion or transition sentence to reader into the next paragraph. Great. So that's kind of what that will look like. You'll have indented paragraphs, you'll have paragraphs, right? And you'll continue to create those by hitting enter and then tab and beginning. Okay. Now, you're also going to need to insert page numbers and your last name on the top right-hand corner of the page. So, here's how we're going to do that. Click on Insert here. Click on Page Number. Click on where you want the page number to be. For our purposes, we want the page number to begin on the very first page. We don't want to have a blank page like this one. We don't want it to be on the bottom. So, we're going to click this one here. And then you're going to want to put your last name. So I'll just type out your last name there. And then you'll see that these two, I'm pointing at my screen, you can't see that. But you'll see that this here, this font is different than the font here. That's not good. We want to change that. So you can either highlight it with your mouse, right? Or you can just hit Control A on your keyboard. And you're going to go about changing the font the same way that we did before. Times New Roman, 12 point, bam, done. Now, of course, you don't want to just write the number 1 here. You want to make sure that you insert the page number the way that I showed you. Because if you just type 1 here, 1 will appear on all of your pages. So, but if you do the page number, it will automatically count the pages for you. And I'll just kind of show you. Let's see. Just to show you how that will look. And I'll just move that down, and then you see that you have your last name too on the next page. Okay, so that is how you create an MLA formatted paper in Google Docs, at which point you would share this file. You would hit Get Shareable Link. Do not fill this out. Get Shareable Link, can edit, hit Control C, and then you'll paste it into Schoology.com. There's another separate video on how to complete that process. And of course, we can also talk about it in class as well. Okay, so we're done there. Now, don't judge me, but we're going to, for all of the files that I have open, don't judge me for that. We're going to create a new file in Word. So you're going to open up Microsoft Word. Hopefully you won't have this many files running around because that would probably drive you nuts like it drives me nuts. You're going to click on Blank Document. Okay. And then you're going to, once again, your name, my name, course name, for our purposes, right? That's 10th Literature and Composition. Spelled correctly. Good. And then the date. So the day of the month itself, and then there you go. Once again, you're going to need to make sure that you change the font here. Here's how you do it in Word. You're going to go to where it says Calibri, click on Times New Roman, click on 12-point font, and then similar buttons here to Google Docs to correct the spacing. You're going to make sure that it's at 2.0, which is double spacing, right? And you want to make sure that you remove spaces after paragraphs. So remove space after paragraph. They should both say add space, add space. If they say remove, then click them and make sure that they say add space, because you don't want any spaces after paragraphs. Okay. All right. Once again, you're going to come over here, center the title. Then come back over here and indent. Then your paragraph and begin typing the same way that you did before. Now, to insert a page number in Microsoft Word, you're going to go to Insert. Once again, page number is over here. You want it on the top of the page. And then you want to pick where you want it. We want it in the top right-hand corner. So there it is. You're going to put your last name there. And once again, we need to change this font. Different English teachers will have their different pet peeves about MLA. This is mine. The font should match. How we do this is we go back to home while we still have this highlighted. Click on Times New Roman, 12-point fonts, and then double click to get out of that. And then in order to get back in this, then you double click. Double click to get out, double click to get back in. Okay. Now, you'll notice that this isn't saved yet. It's an important thing to know that if you're working on Word, it doesn't save automatically. In Google Docs, what I have been working on saves automatically. So I can see all changes saved in Drive right here. Every change you make is automatically saved in Drive. The last edit was 4 minutes ago, and then I can see all of those changes over here, so that if I accidentally delete the whole paper, then I can just go back over here and click on one of these, and it'll ask me if I want to restore that version right here, and I can do that. Not the same for Microsoft Word. Microsoft Word, you have to save every so often, or if your computer dies, or it's storming right now, so let's say it gets hit by lightning, zombies come and attack your home, whatever. If you don't save it, then you have lost all of the work that you've done. So you want to make sure that you save every so often. There are two ways to do this. You can click on the Save button. That's not highlighted for you guys, but it's in the Save button in the top left-hand corner of the screen, or you can click on File and you want to Save As, and this is where you want to name this document. Here's why you want to keep naming things, because you don't want to, I see so many students that have saved, you're going to want to sign in on your account, but I see so many students who have saved their work as untitled document, untitled document, untitled document, and then they go to submit something, they accidentally submit the wrong thing. So you want to make sure that you save it, you give it a name, and you want to name it most likely what the assignment is named. I always choose to save it on my PC. I choose to save it as a Word document, docx, and I'm going to save it on this PC in the Documents folder. But if you want to save it elsewhere, you want to save it on your desktop like that, then of course you could do that too. Now, it says enter file name here. So we're going to do sample MLA paper. And we'll just save that in documents. Okay. And it's important to keep saving. So after the first time, you don't have to hit save as anymore. You can just hit save. But it's important to do that every few minutes or so you don't lose all of your work. All right, so that's how you create a sample MLA paper on both Google Docs and on Microsoft Word. If you're using another alternative and you need help figuring out how to set up MLA format in this other word processing program, then just come by the classroom and I will be happy to help you. Have a great day.